What's shaking bacon? This is Photon here. As you're probably already aware, this Sunday we will receive the first footage of Pokémon Sun and Moon, so I thought I'd go ahead and get out to you guys a speculation video before then, just so I may hit some of my predictions right on the money. So yeah, and it'll just range from different things. And if I get my list right here, then I'm just going to get started. Alright, so I think the region will be based on Hawaii. That can be supported, as you guys have probably already seen, by the rainbow license plate, the yellow fire trucks, the tropical trees and stuff, the strange souvenir looking like a tiki. The fact that the game was confirmed to be codenamed Pokemon Niji or Pokemon Rainbow, which Hawaii, like I said, is commonly associated with rainbows. The bird that we saw in the trailer is based on Hawaiian bird. I'll get to that in a bit. And just a bunch of other stuff. So yeah, I believe it'll be based on Hawaii. It'll probably be kind of like multiple islands. I'm not saying like a bunch of islands like the Orange Islands. I'm saying like maybe like 3 islands, maybe 4, pretty large ones that you can travel through. You know how you can pay. Well, you don't pay him, but you know how you can get Mr. Briny and Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire to, you get on his boat and then he'll drive you to another area of Hoenn, right? I feel like they may do that where you like pay the boat and you can travel to the next part of the region. I can see them doing that. I mean, we had Cars in X and Y. They kind of did a similar thing in Lumio City, so sure, why not? The Pokemon designs that we will see in this game, because obviously, as I feel like this is for Generation 7. This is it. This is Generation 7. It's here. So we're going to be getting a buttload of new Pokemon, probably 150 or so. The usual 100, 150. So, I feel like the designs will be simplistic. We've been seeing, the Kalos, Unova, Sinnoh, Hoenn, all these Pokemon designs they've been getting more complex over the years. Like, look at Arceus. He's not just some, simplistic looking goat or something like that. He's like all like complicated looking. All these Pokemon nowadays are very complicated looking, and I feel like they may go back to the roots. Well, actually, I'm 100% sure they'll go back to the roots with red and blue. Right? Like, if you look at Gengar, or Clefairy, or Articuno, they're very simplistic looking. And this can be supported by the fact that about 3 years ago, Ken Sugimori was doing a interview with the We Love Pokemon magazine, and so he commented on the 7th generation of Pokemon, stating that when he was asked what the next generation of Pokemon games will be like if such a plan exists, Sugimori commented they will not add more layers of complexity, but rather revert back to simplicity, in part by using elements found in Pokemon Red and Green. Therefore, no. Okay, anyways, the point is I feel like, they're gonna go back to simplistic. They're gonna be simplistic again, and we've already seen that actually. I mean, look at the new bird that they showed off in the trailer. It's very simplistic looking. Look at all the fan art out there. It looks very simplistic, so it should be interesting. And after all these years of seeing complex Pokemon, it's gonna be really weird to see them being so simplistic again. But I guess I'll have to get used to it. Now the starters, of course, as always, they're based on real life animals. And of course, Sun and Moon will be no exception. And with the region being based on Hawaii, here's what I think the starters will be based on. I think the grass starter will be based on a wallaby, which I don't think a whole lot of people know of. It's it's kind of like a kangaroo, but it's different, and they're native to Hawaii, as well as a couple other countries. But I think so, but they're mainly native to Hawaii. And I feel like the grass starter would be pretty cool. It could be, I'd imagine it being grass and fighting, possibly, like its final evolve form. And yeah, the fire starter I feel like will be a sheep, and this is also supported by the fact, this also supports the Hawaiian thing. Sheep are very common in Hawaii, and I can see some kind of fire sheep going on. There's artwork from a fan-made game called Pokemon Sage, I believe it is, and the fire starter in that game is a sheep, and I feel like this is perfect. Of course, all the artwork all the artwork I use in this video is going to be very complex, because nowadays everybody predicts very complex looking Pokemon instead of being simplistic. So, it won't be, all these Pokemon won't look this complex, but this is how I imagine them looking. And it's gonna, this also supports the fire type starter zodiac theory, where the Chinese zodiac, each animal in the Chinese zodiac is a fire type starter. Like we have the pig, which is Tepig. We have the dog, which is Finnegan. We have I believe lizards on there somewhere, which obviously is Charmander. Rat is Cyndaquil. You get the idea. Torchic is chicken, etc. Anyways, so a sheep is in the Chinese zodiac. So boom, there you go. The water starter, I believe, will be a dolphin, and I hope it is. Regardless if dolphins are common in Hawaii, which they are, duh. But please, we don't have a dolphin yet. Like, come on, man. Come on, Game Freak. We're at 722 Pokemon, including Magirna, into, we have all these Pokemon, and no dolphin. Dolphin's one of the most commonly known animals in the world. Where is my dolphin? And don't try to convince me that Gorbis is a dolphin. That literally looks like a shrimp on steroids. So anyways, I really would love to see a dolphin starter. Oh yeah, back to the fire sheep. I do believe that the sheep will evolve into a fire and fairy type, which would be pretty interesting. And as for the dolphin, I feel like the dolphin will be, like I said, a water type. And the fan art you're seeing here is actually from a fan-made game that I'm very interested in, because the designs are so unique and it looks amazing. I think it's coming out this year, if I remember correctly, them saying, called Pokemon Cinder and Foam. Very hyped. What you're seeing now is one of the water starters, and I believe they said it evolves into a water psychic type, which I could see them doing for Sun and Moon. However, if they did that, then the Wallaby would be very outmatched, because it's grass and fighting, and freaking both the fire starter being fairy type and the water starter being psychic type would beat the crap out of that darn thing. Poor Wallaby. So I feel like they may make the dolphin maybe water and poison, maybe, just to even it out. So yeah. And of course, every Pokemon game has its common, like, species. Every game has its common rodent, bug, usually a butterfly of some kind, and rodent. I mean, wait, hang on. There's always a bird, a rodent, and a bug, as well as a fish, usually, that you encounter early game that is like. So, my predictions for the bird Pokemon, obviously we've seen it already. It is definitely based on the red-crested cardinal, which is very native to Hawaii, very common in Hawaii. It's called the, I think it's actually called the common red-crested cardinal, and I believe it's the state bird of Hawaii, if I remember correctly. I think. Obviously there's a picture on screen of what the bird looks like. Looks very similar to fan-drawn predictions of what the bird actually looks like. So, that supports everything. The rodent, I believe, will be based on the small Asian mongoose, which, Asian makes it sound like it's not from Hawaii, but it actually is in Hawaii. I believe at some point in time, a mongoose was actually brought over to Hawaii, and then they bred and populated throughout Hawaii. They're not, like, native, but they kind of came there. They're like immigrants. I guess you could say. I don't know what the right word for that is. But a small Asian mongoose. It wouldn't be similar to Zangoose. It'd be very different. In fact, if anything, it'd be like Linoon from Ruby, Sapphire, and Emerald. which that's like a raccoon kind of thing of some sort, kind of like a ferret. But anyways, so yeah, and then the bug, and this is where it gets interesting, because I feel like the bug, they're gonna pull and I feel like this is the best time as any to do this. Have two different bugs, one that can be encountered in Sun and one that can be encountered in Moon. The bug in Sun would evolve into an American lady butterfly, which, you know, butterflies are known for living out in the daytime, hence the sun. And in Pokemon Moon, you would encounter a bug that, maybe it's the same bug, but evolves depending on the version, into a Sphinx moth, which of course moth is basically a nighttime butterfly, essentially. And yeah, I feel like this is the best time as any to do that. It'd be really cool. Maybe maybe we can see mega evolutions of the two, which would be pretty cool. And speaking on the topic of mega evolutions, I feel like we'll see a lot of mega evolutions of Sun and Moon, kind of like Pokemon. Obviously, as everyone is expecting, we'll be probably getting a mega Solrock and Lunatone. I feel like we may get a mega Sunflora, you know, just a bunch of stuff like that. Just a lot of Pokemon that revolve around the Sun and Moon. I don't think we'll get Espeon and Umbreon, because if they do that, then they're going to mega evolve all the other evolutions, and I don't see them really doing that until like one game where they make every evolution mega evolve at once. I will say maybe if they added a new evolution, then maybe sure. If they had a Dragon evolution, sure, I'd like to see mega evolutions, but I don't know. I don't want to see just Espeon and Umbreon become megas and not Sylveon, Vaporeon, and all the others. So yeah, and then anyways, back to my my common animal, you know, predictions. Of course, there's always a fish, you know, of some kind. It's not really encountered really early game, but it's still there. You know, you have like I'm gonna say Crawdont. Is it Crawdont? No, it's not Crawdont. But you know, the Pokemon I cannot think of the name of that evolves into Sharpedo. You know, there's a bunch of Pokemon like that. It's like 2 stages, or it's technically 2 stages. It's 1 stage of evolution, but you know, you get my point. Like Magikarp and Gyarados. So I believe this time we'll be seeing for our fish Pokemon, we'll be seeing a hammerhead shark. It'd be pretty cool. Another Pokemon I'm very surprised we haven't seen yet. Which I guess Garchomp technically is one, but at the same time he's more of like a land shark kind of thing, so doesn't count. I want a full-blown, you know, looking hammerhead shark, just like in the fan art depicted, hopefully, unless I didn't check to see if I could credit it or not. Anyways, and as well as every region has their pseudo-legendary. Pseudo-legendary is a Pokemon that is almost a legendary, but they aren't because they don't meet the qualifications to be a legendary. Like, they don't have all the myths and legends behind it, and they evolve unlike legendary. And usually they're dragon type. They've been a dragon type in every generation except for Generation 2. Tyranitar was the pseudo-legendary in Generation 2. Obviously that's not a dragon type, but it is very dragon-like, so close enough. Like we have Hydreigon, Goodra, Dragonite, you know, that's what I mean by like pseudo-legendary. So those 3 evolution total Pokemon. They have stats that are pretty much on par with legendary. And I believe the pseudo-legendary of Sun and Moon's region is going to be a salamander. It'll be a dragon-type salamander. And because in Hawaiian mythology and legend and lore and all that good stuff, they don't believe in the winged dragons that, you know, everybody's common with, because they haven't ever seen a winged dragon or ever thought of one. The only kind of dragon, lizard-like creatures they've ever seen are, of course, salamanders. So if you ever look at like a Hawaiian dragon of some kind, the only pictures you'll find are of salamanders, because that's the only thing that they ever saw and that they ever thought would be dragons. So yeah, I feel like the salamander may be a I'm trying to think what type it could be. Maybe dragon, and I feel like they may go for like a something's telling me like a dragon steel type, but I doubt it. But hey, they might. You never know. A dragon fighting type would be really cool. I'm kind of hoping it's something we haven't seen yet, like I said, like a dragon fighting type. That'd be pretty cool. Or a dragon grass. Wait, grass and dragon already exist. What am I talking about? Mega Septile. Hello. Anyways, hello. So yeah. Now, the legendary mascot trio. You know, Reshiram, Zekrom, Kyurem, Dialga, Palkia, Giratina. You know, there's always a trio. Ho-Oh, Lugia. That. You know, their lore revolves around. You have the two mascot legendaries that are on the box art of the games, and then you have the Trio Master, which sometimes has its own game, like Pokemon Platinum, for example, of Giratina. So, of course, I believe we'll have a trio, unlike Ho-Oh, Lugia. And I feel like that the now this is based off. This gets in some complex stuff, and if I did that. If I explained everything, it would be a 3-hour-long discussion, and I really don't want to do that because I'm recording this at 11 o'clock at night. So maybe another time, if the guy that came up with this giant theory would let me. I doubt it. Plus, editing would be a pain. You know, for a 3-hour-long video, are you kidding me? Having to put all the pictures and everything. Goodness gracious. It'd take a month to make, and a month to render too. But anyways, it revolves around the Azoth, you know, all that stuff. It's complicated. I can't really go into details much, but do know that these the Sun and Moon legendaries will likely be based off this Azoth thingamabob. I was gonna say that. The Sun legendary, as many people are expecting, will be a phoenix of some kind, some kind of like fiery dragon-like thing, some kind of like freaking. It's Amaterasu. There you go. It already exists. But no, based on the Azoth, I firmly believe, pretty much 100%, that the Sun legendary will be a salamander. Okay, now it's going to be different. It's going to look different. It's going to look way different from the pseudo-legendary. You know, they'll look completely different. But still, it'll be a fire-type salamander, which is based on the what was it called? It was called the. I'll post it in text on the thing because I don't want to have a long pause in the video or anything. It'd be a pain to edit out. But I think it's called the Anima. I think was the name of the salamander. The Anima Soul or something. So yeah. And then as for the Moon legendary, again, a lot of people are expecting some kind of like crazy looking friggin' Dianamon or something, but I think we're going to be seeing a water type bird of some kind. I don't know what kind of bird. Probably some kind of like dove kind of. Okay, maybe not a dove because dove's kind of pretty small, but like some like great big giant. I'm gonna kick your butt. Water type bird. And you know the artwork I'm using right here, I actually edited from pictures of Fakemon already. And of course these look complex like I said before, but hopefully you know, of course they'll look a lot more simplistic than this because they're going back to simplistic route, but there you go, there's your general idea probably. And of course for the Trio Master, now this is based on something not Azoth related as far as I know. And that is the fact that the strange souvenir that you get in the Endpoint X and Y. If you take a closer look at it, it looks like a tiki of some kind. So my prediction is that the Trio Master of Pokemon Sun and Moon's Mascot trio will be a Tiki Man of some kind, very similarly based on the Hawaiian god Ku, which is the Hawaiian god of war, which leads me to believe that it will be a ground and fighting type, or a rock and fighting type. Why ground and rock is because, first of all, the souvenir said it was the protector of the region, protector of the land, as well as, I believe, like the title for Ku was like ruler of the land or something. So, I believe it'll be like a ground fighting or a rock fighting type of some kind, which would be pretty interesting. As for going back a bit to the Sun and Moon legendaries, the bird and the salamander, I do believe they will both be psychic types for their secondary types, so a fire psychic and a water psychic. Because I believe, if I remember correctly, these creatures also had to do a lot with the mind and like feelings and emotions and a bunch of stuff like that. So that all ties with psychic, of course. And it is the first time that they've ever connected those two. Uxie Mezelf Aspirate, Aspirate? What? Azelf, goodness gracious. Wait, that's... okay, hold on. Uxie Azelf Aspirate, goodness gracious. Anyways, back to what I was saying. I'm about to wrap this up, hopefully, probably soon. I believe that these stones in the logos, in the Japanese logos, the ones that people claim are called burst hearts, these burst hearts aren't burst hearts, as many people claim. Although I do think they do fuse the person and the Pokemon, the trainer and the Pokemon together. I believe it'll be an advanced form of Mega Evolution. And I think it's going to not bond them physically, but like mentally, like their minds become one, as we've seen with Ash Greninja. Like they said, I believe in the description of Ash Greninja on the Pokemon website, I believe it was, that Ash and Greninja's bond and mind become one. They become united when Ash Greninja becomes a thing. And I believe there's been many people that have come up with a name for this kind of evolution. But I am right now, and this is totally not I'm being serious here. It's totally not based on Yu-Gi-Oh or anything. But I believe this will be called a Synchro evolution, because Synchro bonding, and it sounds cool. Next thing you know, they'll be calling freaking champion evolution. But anyways, jokes aside, that's what I think the stones are. I believe they connect with the use energy from the salamander and the bird, or maybe also the moon dial and the sun dials as well, from Anastar City and whatever the city is in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Or maybe it's just Pokemon and Moon. We don't know yet, but regardless, that's what I think. Now, I don't think... I agree with Masuda. Did I say Masuda? Oh, for crying out loud. Masuda! Goodness, I cannot speak today. Probably because it's freaking almost midnight, but... Masuda stated that he wasn't planning on putting trainer customization back in a future installment for Pokemon, because it was, France is all about fashion and stuff, so that's why he put it in Pokemon X and Y, because Kalos is based on France, and trainer customization became a thing because France is all about fashion. So, and honestly, I was one of the people that actually wasn't a big fan of trainer customization, because it just seems so weird. It just seems out of place. All these years, you are that special trainer, that 10-year-old, sometimes a different age, like Black and White protagonists were 18 years old actually. I believe it was. Yeah, I think they're 18 years old. I believe Nate and Rosa in Black and White 2 were 12. But anyways, regardless, the you know, you are on that journey with that trainer, so it just seems so weird just changing their clothes and hairstyle and hair color and eye color and everything. It just makes them not seem like themselves anymore, and I can't really explain, but it doesn't feel right. And of course, I don't think roller skates are going to return as well. Hey guys, I hope we get some sneaker items, and what it's gonna be is it's gonna be like running shoes, but you sneak up on Pokemon and stuff. Okay, no. Anyways, I think they'll just go back to the old good fashioned running shoes and bike, and your roller skates are gone. Although who knows, trainer customization may be a thing. I don't know. I feel like if they add trainer customization back, it won't be until the post game, which is what my last thing is about. I believe the post game will be just like Heart Gold, Soul Silver, Gold, Silver, Crystal, where you beat the Johto region. Now you get to travel to the nearby region known as, you guessed it, Kanto. So I feel like the Sun and Moon region will connect to Kalos, not physically, but through a body of water, which, how I said you travel maybe to different islands with a boat that you pay money for. What if you get to travel via a ferry or something to the Kalos region, to the, I forgot the name was it Aquacord Town in Pokemon X and Y that had the docks at the north part of Kalos. It's like that city up north. I feel like you might dock there. That's where your journey begins, or something. I don't know. So we'll see. But yeah, I feel like either you go there and it's like a full-blown Kanto experience in Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Gold, Silver, Crystal, where you actually fight all the gym leaders again. A whole new story that finishes up the whole game and everything, and finishes up Kalos. Or they may just pull Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire on us and just have a little Episode Z kind of thing with Zygarde. You never know. I feel like though if they do Episode Z, they wouldn't make you travel to a whole different region to do that. So I don't know. We'll see. Sun and Moon footage is going to debut this Sunday. Don't expect a whole lot, guys. Don't expect freaking 10 minutes of footage. It's going to be probably 20 seconds at most. It's going to be just like when they showed off the Groudon and Kyogre footage for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where Groudon activates Drought and Kyogre activates Heavy Rain when they awaken it outside Sutapa City. Just expect something like that. I don't know what exactly we're going to see. If we're going to see the starters, if we're going to see a wild battle, maybe with the starter and fighting a one of the new rodents, or find the new rodent or whatever, or if we're going to see just a trainer walking or running around in the overworld, or if we're going to see the legendaries. We don't know. I don't know. You don't know. Nobody knows. But if I had to guess, I'd probably say we're going to see all three starters and the bug and rodent. Gameplay of them battling, and then Korokoro will reveal more information about all 5 Pokemon. Maybe also, while they're at it, of course, throw in the bird as well. Or they'll probably have to show off bird and rodent, and then they'll show off the bug Pokemon through Korokoro, but it won't be in the gameplay. Anyways, yeah, I think it'll be about 15 seconds long, very short. And then probably a day later, the Pokemon channel will actually upload the footage just like they did with the Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire footage in full-blown HD, and not using the horrible freaking TV capture devices, because they never do high quality as far as I'm concerned. I believe I heard somewhere that recording Japanese shows or something is illegal or something, but people do it all the time, so somebody's gonna do it. We'll see it. Probably all the people that streamed all the Pokemon tournament, like live streams on Nico Nico and stuff, and people like, I believe it was Zephyr Sonic, who like streamed the Pokemon Sunday shows every Sunday that happened. Not just Pokemon Sunday, but everything that the show's been, Get Star TV, all that. I believe this show is called Pognichi, I believe. I'm not Japanese, of course, so forgive me for pronunciations. But anyways, so those are my predictions. And one last thing, I'm just gonna throw this out here. I'm not sure if the protagonist will hold this or if it'll be the champion. Maybe I doubt that the villain, the team villain, the team villain leader will hold this. But I do believe somebody in Sun and Moon is going to have either a mega item or a what are we going to call the stones for now? What are we going to call them? Synchro stones? We'll call them that for now. Synchro stones, the ones that are in the logos. Maybe there's like items that hold those too, like mega items, like the mega ring and everything do. Somebody is going to have either a synchro or a mega lay. I'm calling it. Someone's going to have a lay that has like a mega stone or a synchro stone on it. Calling it. Also, something tells me that Phoebe from the Hoenn region may be making an appearance, because her design is very, very much based on Hawaii. She may actually be from the Sun and Moon region. We don't know, but anyways, so that's my speculation. I'm going to throw out there to you guys. 32 minutes, goodness gracious. It's a lot longer than I imagined. Yeah, that's my whole speculation that I have right now. If I get permission, I doubt it, because it'd just be such a pain of a video to make, but I may make a video on that article that has like that big long speculation. I'll actually have a link down below that will take you to that, as for credit for all the Azoth stuff and everything. But if you want to check that out, you can go ahead. It's really awesome. Very, very, I believe everything that is in that article. Very, very well done speculation. So anyways, I'm really excited for Sun and Moon. Hopefully this game is complete. Like X and Y was so disappointing because it's just such an incomplete story. Which is why I'm hoping they have like a Kalos segment of some kind in Sun and Moon that finishes the story, or else Generation 6 was honestly the worst honestly the worst generation, because it just had such an incomplete story. Some people complain about Black and White having an incomplete story as well, but I feel like that game was complete as heck. I just feel like that game completed very well. It was completed very well. As was all the other games, of course. Anyway, what are your thoughts? Another thing is, I believe the team... Yeah, I forgot to talk about this. The Villainous team. I believe... Alright, if it's one team, it'll be called Team Eclipse. But I feel like they're going to have two teams, like Team Magma and Team Aqua all over again. I believe they may call this... I believe I've seen a couple people make music based on these names. Team Nova and Team Lunar. And here's what I think their goal might be. I think the goal might be... I believe the Sun and Moon legendaries have control over the Earth's axis. So I believe that the Team Nova, their goal is to take power of the Sun legendary and use it to tilt the axis of the Earth to where it's always daytime in the region, and vice versa with Team Lunar, harnessing the power of the Moon legendary to tilt the axis of the Earth to make it always nighttime. Of course, that could create quite the calamity. Which is why the player will have to come in there and stop it. But yeah, I also do believe that Lysandre will be back in some form or fashion, because obviously if we have a Kalos segment, we'll probably have to deal with Lysandre and Team Flare all over again. So I do believe Lysandre's back. I don't think he truly and really died in the Ultimate Weapon explosion. See So yeah, what are your guys' thoughts? Are you hyped for the footage that's going to be on Sunday? I know I am. And of course I'm recording this on the 29th of March. This video probably won't go up till like the 31st of March, but go ahead and say it now. I'm also really hyped. This isn't Pokemon related, but I'm also really hyped for the uncovered Final Fantasy 15 event tomorrow. Can't wait to see all information pours out from that. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next discussion video. I just got my Avermedia capture card as well. Not capture card, that's for 3DS. Capture device, so I can finally pull off an amazing 1080p, 60 frames per second streaming and gameplay of on my Wii U and my PS4 once I get my hands on one. It would be really awesome. I don't know if the thing can record PC, but if it can, then you can finally kiss goodbye to all these horrible 480p live reactions and everything. It'd be pretty great. But I'm pretty sure it's just console only. What a shame. But anyways, hopefully it works good, and you know, I'm making this video as well as a couple other videos, and I'm taking a big long break for a couple of months so I can get caught up on school. But I'll see if I can squeeze in some time to, like, one day to do a live stream to test the capture device. I'll probably play Pokémon Tournament or Smash. Anyways, guys, hope you enjoyed this discussion video. Hope you have a lot of things to maybe take from it and, you know, agree with and speculate. And, you know, speculation, it's always fun. And I can't wait for the core issues to start coming in. You know, all the good juicy information will start in April's, you know, next month. Wait. Yeah, okay. And, well, they call it the May issue, which I don't know why they call it the May issue when it comes out in April. But anyways, April 15th is when the next core issue drops. And, of course, it'll be leaked before then, like a couple days before then. And all the juicy information will start pouring out with that. So, guys, I hope you're excited for the Hawaiian region of Pokémon Sun and Moon. Generation 7 is upon us. Hopefully it connects with Kalos in some way, so Kalos is finished. Anyways, guys, I'll see you guys in the next video. Still working on the intro, haven't had time to really work on it. Also possibly working on a new logo. You know, for my little name. Changing the P in the name to the Team Plasma logo since I am such a Gen 5 fanboy. But anyways, guys, I'll see you in the next discussion video. As I've already probably told you guys a billion times. This is Photon, over and out.